Hi YouTube, back again with more ancient coin videos. Today I'll be showing my Roman Republic coins. I don't have as many as the Roman Republic coins as I do the Roman Imperial coins, but I really like the Roman Republic coins because they're very neat. A lot of them have different kinds of backs on them, a lot of stories to tell, cool designs, because back then the Senate actually approved 4 moneyers, and they were able to design coins that deified their own individual ancestors, so which is kind of cool. All right, and I'm not going to take these out of the sleeves because they're in order, and I don't want to do that again. Here's a Victor Dinos. This is pre Denarius coinage. So this is during or slightly before the Second Punic War. So they started using these. They used them also after, started minting these after, like in the 170s BC. But this is the estimated year that it was minted. They were low silver grade, so they weren't used that often. Here's Marconius Rufus. That's the name of the moneyers. At the bottom right, there's the mint, Rome. It's an AR Denarius, and this right here has silver crystallization, meaning that if you drop it, it will shatter because it's the inside is completely crystallized. It's a thing that it doesn't happen to all coins, but it is fragile for silver coins. So if you drop it, like it splits in half, like only like a little bit of pressure. The only reason that the surface isn't crystallized is because of the pressure from striking it. So like I accidentally broke it. If you can see that crack down the middle, there's a very shiny little kind of like glitter inside of it, and that's from me accidentally breaking it, which was a pretty bad idea. Not too big of a big deal. I mean, I put it back together. I didn't glue it or anything, but I had to keep it in this holder. It's about a $10 mess up, so. Some of these are crystallized, some of them aren't. It's kind of hard to tell, but I've kind of trained myself to recognize it. Okay, this one is from C.N. Lentius Clodius. The way you can tell that these are the moneyers in the year is because they usually put their signatures on them. So front is Mars, and the back is a chariot. And I believe victory, the goddess victory is actually in the chariot, and there's the horses. All right, here's Rubius Dominus. This is 87 BC. On the front is Neptune, and on the back, I believe it's a Cupid or something of that nature, like a shield. This one's kind of cool. They have like a lot of animals on the back too as well, especially silver coins. On the front is Apollo. It's been holed for jewelry. And on the back is a goat, and Cupid is on we get Cupids on the back as well as on top of the goat, which is really cool. This one I like really much. I'm so glad I got this a long time ago. I could tell that it's crystallized because of the surface area and stuff like that, and the color. So I decided to put it in the sleeve just in case I don't want to actually break it. So this is 82 BC. It's from Caius Malleus Nimdonius. Minted in Rome. It's got a serrated edge, which is cool. They did that to deter counterfeiters, but they still did it. The counterfeiters still able to do it anyway. And on the back is pretty cool because if you have ever heard or read of Homer's The Odyssey, they have it's a really long epic poem on this person who tries to get home from Greece after the Trojan Wars, and on the back is actually a scene from the actual story. This is an actual they actually put on the coin an actual scene from the story because Greek poems, and especially the Odyssey, was really well known to the Romans, who talked about them. So they decided to put this on the back. So the scene is Odysseus, or also known as Ulysses, and Odysseus is coming back from his long trip on the Trojan War, and he sees his dog Argus, and Argus is so thrilled to see Odysseus that he smiles, and then he dies because he's been waiting for 10 years to see his owner again. And once he's seen his owner, he is completely satisfied, and he decides to accept death, and he dies at the foot of Odysseus, which is I wouldn't say cute, but it's a very sweet and heart-touching scene, and it's really cool that it's actually on the coin. So Odysseus with his cape, and then him, and then holding a staff. He dresses up as an old man so he isn't identified by any of the people who actually want to kill him. And his dog Argus at his foot. So it's really cool. And on the back is Mercury. On the front is Mercury. And Mercury actually is actually the similar to the god Apollo. Similar to Hermes. Mercury is the Roman god, similar to Mercury is similar to the god Hermes. So, and Hermes is a Greek god that actually helped Odysseus. So I believe that's why they put it on the front of this coin. Another one right here is from the Republic. If you know anything about Roman history, you'll know that there were plenty of other dictators before Julius Caesar. So this one is of Cornelius Sulla, and Sulla was the dictator at the time. This was in 82 BC, and it was a fight with the son of Marius Jr., I believe. So Cornelius Sulla besieged Rome. He took it over, and he had all his enemies executed. And he actually I believe executed one of Julius Caesar's father-in-law. So Julius Caesar actually met this person. So a dictator meeting what would soon become a dictator himself. It's really cool. So on the front is, I believe it's a helmeted seat of Roma, and this was actually not minted in Rome. It was actually minted in a traveling mint, like the mint when they were gathering silver on their plundering. They would actually mint the coins while traveling with Sulla. And on the back is really cool, very beautiful. It actually has cabinet toning, which is good, which is like a reddish orange color. It's a Sulla in the actual chariot, and he's being pulled by 4 horses and the quadriga. The quadriga is the chariot, and the 4 horses are pulling Sulla, and Sulla's in there in the chariot, and he's being crowned by angel Victory. So to deify him, and at the bottom here is, and how we know that, it's because at the bottom is his name, Solin, and reason that it's that is because the Elmanius Turcus was his moneyer that was also one of his generals as well. So that's how they know that this is actually Sulla in the actual quadriga, not just like a regular person. So I thought this was really cool. This is deifying him. They believe that these are the coins that were thrown from his chariot when he was triumphing through Rome. Very neat. Right. And here's a helmet of, this one is from 77 BC, and it's from P. Saturninus. This coin is, of course, silver denarius, like all of them are. Well, most of them are. This is helmet of Roma. And on the back is really cool. This is the she-wolf Roma. The she-wolf Roma, of course, is the most well-known story of anything else, like in Roman history. Romulus and Remus, they were abandoned by their mother, and they were raised by a she-wolf who protected them and let them suckle her teat for milk and sustenance until they were found. And Romulus and Remus, they became the founders of Rome. Romulus killed his brother Remus for jumping the trench that they had dug. That was sacrilege, and Romulus built up Rome. So this is the most well-known story. So this is the scene. This is reminding the people of Rome of their founding. All right, this one's really cool too as well. Didn't want to clean this one, but this is Marcus Philippus. This person, his ancestor, was one of the kings of Rome, so he put his ancestor's face on it. But here, I'm gonna take this out too. This one's kind of cool. And the cool thing about this is it's like extremely off-struck. Not just like a little bit, but like 30% of it. 30% of the entire coin is struck, but the rest is like a blank. So it's not even like that on the front, it's on the back too. So it's kind of like one of those error coins, like for pennies and dimes and stuff. So there's the front, and on the back is supposed to be a aqueduct. On the back is supposed to be an aqueduct, and the person's horse is on top of the aqueduct. So it's like very thick in one place and then very thin in the other because from the die strucking. It's very thin because it was extremely off-struck. All right, and then here is another one. This is Vipius Asinus as Panza. I didn't know if this was crystallized or not. I really couldn't tell, so I decided I couldn't put in this flip just in case. This cardboard flip just in case, because I really didn't want to risk it. I got this like for $10. It's 48 BC, and on the back, I believe it's Jupiter. This is another allegorical story. This money was also one of the enemies of Julius Caesar that was hunted down by the Senate. This one this is an imperatorial issue. This is issued during Julius Caesar when he ruled over Rome. This has been to end Rome. This is liberty in the front, and the back is if anybody knows anything about the consuls or the Senate or anything about the tribunes, who are the tribune of the plebs. This is a tribune seat which the tribune pleb would sit on. They represented the people of Rome. The Senate represented pretty much the aristocracy. So I thought that was really cool. It's crystallized. I could easily tell that from a chip. So yeah. And then this one is of Marc Anthony. I have a portrait bust of Marc Anthony with the reverse of Julius Caesar. I sent it off to NGC, and I'll show you that next time or some other time. Here's his boat. It's like it's one of a Praetorian ship. And in the back, you really can't see, but it's like standards of that legion. I can't read the legion, so I don't know which one it's from. And finally, I have this one. This one's an AS, or an ass, I believe. This one has the Roman god Janus, who's god of January and of doors, which is really cool. Also, too, you can see right here, this part is where when they pour the molds, this is the mold part. They forgot to clip this off, so this is where the mold was. So they never clipped that off. So the bronze is like that, and they stamp it on both sides, and then there's like the front part of a boat on the front, on the back. So yeah. All right, thanks again. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.